Hey everybody, Cordell Green here at Diamond Training. So, we're going to talk about is common hitters' weaknesses part 3. So, say you get a hitter, he's in that box, and he steps out when he's swinging. And I mean, I've seen it at a very young age all the way to an older age. It's embarrassing, but hey, some people do it. Now, what you're going to do is when you see a batter step out like that, you throw him anything outside. So, if I'm a righty, I'm throwing him anything outside. Literally anything except for a two-seam fastball or two-seam changeup, something that can move back towards the middle or inside part of the plate, we don't throw. If I'm a lefty facing that righty, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw him that two-seam fastball, that two-seam changeup away, because that's going to stay away from that batter. So if I switch it though, right, and I get that batter that's stepping out, that righty now throws that two-seam fastball, that two-seam changeup, and then that lefty is going to throw that slider, curveball, that four-seam fastball, anything that'll stay away. But don't shy away from that weakness. If he's stepping out, he's killing himself. The game's over. You just don't have to throw middle or in. You throw outside, it's all good. So, the second one, let's say you get a batter and he starts with his hands low. If you see a batter start with his hands low, most likely he's trying to get under the ball, and he will, because that's what he's telling you with his stance. That's what his body's telling you. So if you have him start with his hands low, there's only one pitch we're going to throw until we set him up for a different one, and that'll be a four-seam fastball up. Doesn't matter for right or left. Everything else moves down and it runs in or out. We want something that's going to stay high, and that's that four-seam fastball. So the third weakness, say you get a batter in here and he's lined up. He's a little bit angled towards that opposite field. That batter's looking for you to throw outside. He's trying to get his barrel through towards the opposite direction. So if I'm a right-handed pitcher, on a righty, I'm going to throw a two-seam fastball, two-seam changeup. If I'm a left-handed pitcher, I'm going to throw four-seam, slider, curveball, anything that moves in. I switch it. That right-handed pitcher now throws that slider, curveball, or that four-seam fastball in here. If I'm that lefty, it's that two-seam fastball, two-seam changeup. But guys, if you pay attention to what the batter's doing, he's giving you a game plan of how to get him out. Like, everybody has a weakness. That's the reason why nobody bats over 500, let alone 1,000. So pay attention to what he's doing in the box, because he will tell you how to get him out. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Please subscribe. Diamond Training out.